I know in my last video I said, I think this is the last video I am going to make for this channel because all the live streaming apps pretty much you can't download your live stream after you're done with it, and I just have a hard time downloading live streams. I like live streaming better because you don't have to worry about internal memory on any kind of devices because it's live streaming. It's all in the cloud, so you don't have to worry about like any internal memory problems. But yeah, so I hardly ever make videos, and but when I do make videos, I try my hardest to make good videos. I didn't think I would be making this video today, but lately I have been really talkative. I don't know what it is, but just ever since like school started, as of this whole week, like ever since school started on Monday, I was just like blah 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 blah, and I can't shut up. And I don't know how to shut up. I just want to keep talking and talking and talking about blah 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 blah. And I'm just sitting there, like talking to the professors in class and talking. Don't get me wrong, I'm not being disruptive or anything. I'm actually participating in the class. It's all talk related to participation and discussion. I'm not like the student who's sitting there like talking to their friends, like disrupting the whole class. That's not what I'm doing. Just don't confuse. Keep in mind that I am talking a lot, blah 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 blah, because I'm participating in the class and getting to know the professor and getting to know everyone. But just in general, even outside of school, just in general, like especially this week. I mean, last week I was a little bit talkative, but especially this week I've been just super freaking talkative. I don't know what it is. I think it's because school started, and I'm surrounded by a new group of people, and not all my professors are new. Some of them, one of them isn't new. I actually am really comfortable with him, and I know him pretty well. Actually, I know him really well. Um, and especially in his class, I've been super duper talkative, and I can't shut up. I've been like super duper talkative, engaging in the discussions and all that. And not that it's a bad thing, I'm always like that one kid that's like the first to participate in class, and like the whole entire like class will be silent, and I am like usually the first one to speak. I'm like usually like one of the first to participate. And I'm probably the one in like most of my classes who participates the most. Actually, I'm probably like the kid who like participates the most. But yeah, I've just had like a lot to talk about, so that's why I'm making a video, because I've just had a lot to talk about, and I've been just I've been just like chatty Cathy lately, just like can't shut up, like keep talking, motor mouth. So that's why I'm making a video. So I have a lot to talk about. I don't even know where to start. Yeah, never mind my face. I know that I have acne. Get over it. Breaking out a little bit. Get over it. My acne is not really super bad, but I do have it, so get over it. You're looking at photos of me on Instagram, chances are I may have used a filter to get my face to look better. But in some of my photos, there's no filter. Like, in some of my photos, there is no filter, so it's not all of them. It's just some of them, especially those times I'm having really bad breakouts. But yeah, um, all right. So yeah, this is kind of awkward because I haven't made a video in a while. So I guess I will start off with I'm mostly making this video to talk about my new semester at college, and then I'll get to like everything else later. I also can't make this video super long because I'm making this This is not a live stream. This is on my phone's internal memory. So I can't make this video like super long because like this is on my phone's internal memory. Like I'm doing this video from my phone on my phone. So I'm dealing with like limited memory here. It's not like I have a really robust, like, not like I have it's not like I have unlimited room to make a video, you know, gigabytes, you know what I'm saying? It's not like I have not like I have a whole terabyte to make a video. Anyhow, so I'm just gonna cut to the chase. My job situation really changed this year. I got shifted from one position to another. I don't even know if I should say. I don't even know if I should go into details about it because maybe that information is sensitive and should be kept kind of private. I don't know. I don't know if I should go into like the details of what I'm doing. I can say this, that I do work, I go to college and I work at college also, so I work and study at college. So I basically, I got assigned these two jobs, and the expectations, like, have changed. So, like, the requirements have changed just a tiny bit. So both the expectations and the requirements have changed a little bit. And they tailored the job description, and this last part said that you are not required to tutor, but the professor may have you tutor if you're confident and they're confident that you have the knowledge to do so. It wasn't a requirement, you see, but it was something that was in the job description anyways, but they made it clear that it wasn't required. They made it clear, but they said, oh yeah, you may have them do this. Anyhow, I got in first day of both of my jobs, and I've been working the same job for like 2.5 years. I've been telling people, oh yeah, I've been doing this for 3 years. No, it's really like 2.5, but it's been like quite a few semesters that I've been doing the same job. I get on a first day and they're like, I told them that I'm not really that good in math, and that like it's not my strongest subject, and that if you do have me circulate around the class to help your class, I will try the best that I can. And they're like, what? Because they were expecting me to tutor, like they expected it. Although it was on the job description. It's been added to the job description. It's not a requirement, but they still expected it. And I wasn't surprised one bit, because I knew that this would happen, because last year doing the same job, when I told them that I do clerical duties only and that I can't tutor, oh my god, they were so annoyed. Oh my god, they were so bummed, and they were so like annoyed with it. But they let me do my job anyways, and they let me not tutor anyways, and I got a lot of flack for it from this one teacher who was really like upset. But yeah, I have to use discretion here when I talk about what's going on at work, because I don't want to get in trouble. But anyhow, this isn't my job anymore per se, but I've switched positions, but I'm still working with it's like all the same people. It's like somewhat of the same people that I'm still working with. So I mean, I'm in like the same department and everything, so I still got to be careful and use discretion here because I'm still kind of like working for these people, but yeah, I just remember going to my job on the first day and I told them that I couldn't tutor and they're like, "What?" And this one guy who never had someone like me in his class. I don't want to say what it is I do in this video because I just don't know if I can. But anyhow, this one guy was saying like that he thought I was a tutor, and I'm not. And he never had someone like me before with that does clerical duties. He never. And I think both of them didn't read the job description or the job requirements. I think both of them didn't read it. So they like really didn't know what they were getting into. They should have just requested a tutor from the get-go. I would have much rather them have done that, but they didn't. They didn't do their research. They just kind of like they didn't do their research. So I go in there the first day and I deal with two of them two of them that I work for. They're pretty upset, man. Okay, they're upset. They're not happy. And I've taken like maybe around like 5 business classes, so I've gotten a lot of training, and I've taken a human relations class, and I know how to act professional when these kind of situations go down. I know how to act professional because I took a human relations class that really helped with this. And they also talked about the environmental changes that happen at work and how work environments change and businesses change, and it's a dynamic, it's dynamic, it's innovative, it's changing. Things are never going to be the same for things are never going to be the same forever. Things are never going to remain constant forever. Businesses are always evolving, just like evolution with us humans, and other animals. Businesses are like the same way. They're always evolving, just like we are evolving. Businesses are always evolving. So I know that work environments change. I know that. So this was not a big surprise to me at all. And plus, I've had plenty of hints. I mean, I remember, I think it was my second or third semester, I got an email from my supervisor saying that, he was saying that there's a new thing where they wanted us to, also tutor. And I told him, yeah, I can't do that. I wasn't hired as a tutor. So, and he told me, oh, yeah, you can stay. You're not going to be affected by this. But that was then, but I'm being affected by it now. But, it's just that particular job I was doing, I can't do it anymore. I'm being affected by it that way, but I didn't really lose my job because luckily my supervisor that I have now was able to switch me to a different position. So I no cut in pay, no cut in hours. I was very lucky, okay? Because could have gotten I could have taken a big hit because of this. But anyhow, yeah, I learned a lesson from this and I gained experience from this, but I gotta admit, it was not fun dealing with the disappointed and upset. It was not fun dealing with the disappointed and upset professors. It wasn't fun. I handled it really well, though. I was very professional about this. I handled it really well because I've had maybe about 5 business classes already, and I've had a lot of other business professors rub off on me and tell me they rub off on you, and they tell you how to deal with all these situations, and they rub off on you. So you learn from them just by observing them. I mean, you can learn just by observing. So I've observed how they I've observed them through their stories I've observed them and I've listened to them. So I knew how to handle this. Maybe 5 years ago? 5 years ago, I mean, 5 years ago I was all the way in high school, but like when college first started out, before I had taken any business classes, I can guarantee you that I wouldn't have handled this as nearly as well as I did, and I probably would have been like breaking down and crying or something. I probably would have started crying. I would have not been able to handle this as nearly as well as I did this week, because I've taken like maybe 4 or 5 business classes, so like I know how to I know what I kind of know what businesses are all about, but I'm still taking classes. It's not over, so I kind of know. So I mean, yeah, I know what I've been taught. I've had training, so I was able to handle this. But yeah, my dogs are barking in the backyard and all that, and I'm just waiting for like I live at home, and I'm just like waiting for my mom to come up to the door and tell me to like go outside and to tell my dogs to stop barking or something, or to bring them in. But I don't, I really can't do that because I'm making a video. I really like, if she comes by my door, I'll just tell her that like I'm on the phone. If I tell her that I'm on the phone, then that'll be good enough. But anyhow, I need to wrap up this video because I can't be making like super long videos. So today was like my second day of I'm taking a business management class and a English class, and yesterday was my second day. I'm also taking a law class for business. It's like business law. So today, yesterday was my second day of that. So let me start with the second day of that class. So basically, yeah, our professor gave us this like really hard homework assignment on the first day. I probably made it a lot harder than what it really was, because it sounds like with his expectations that like I could have possibly like done less work and it would have been easier. I probably made it harder than what it really was because of all the work I did. But anyhow, my professor for that law class did not say what he expected on the homework and how he expected us to turn it in and what kind of responses he was looking for. He didn't really elaborate on what he wanted for the responses, so I just turned in like the most academic paper I could turn in, because he didn't really elaborate on what he was looking for. So I just went over the top and I went above and beyond his expectations. I took matters into my own hands because I didn't really know what his expectations were, because he didn't really elaborate on it. He was just like, okay, these are the discussion questions, so do them. So I had no idea really what he was expecting and what he was looking for with the questions, and the assignment isn't even worth a lot of points, but I've done several assignments like that before, and I was taking a human relations class, and that professor, I got tutoring from that professor, and he taught me how to do like a killer paper for like case studies, basically. But discussion questions and case studies are like case study questions, discussion questions, they're like nearly identical. They go hand in hand. They're like the same thing. Okay, they're like the same thing. Discussion questions on a chapter, questions on a case study, they're like the same thing. They're all like critical thinking questions. They're all the same thing. So he taught me how to do a really killer paper for that. So what I did, unfortunately, that method takes a lot of time. It takes hours and hours and hours and hours. I used to do assignments for his class over the course of 2 days. I would never do it all in one day. But since this guy gave us a homework assignment on the first day, I actually underestimated how hard it was going to be and how much time it was going to take me, and I did it like at the last minute. And I had a pounding like migraine that night, and I ended up staying up until 2 o'clock in the morning. But it was worth it. You know why it was worth it? He actually mentioned my paper in class and how blown away he was by it, and that in and of itself was worth it. He was like, yeah, I was really impressed with some of the submissions, and this one paper even had a works cited, and I was like, oh, it's me, I did it. You know, I'm just like that kind of person that's gonna say, like, if you mention my paper, I'm gonna say that I did it. And he was like, you weren't supposed to say that you did it. And I told my mom, and my mom was like, yeah, he was trying to keep you anonymous, that's why he said that. I kind of like think that he was kidding, but I'm not completely sure, but I think he was like kidding or something. I think he was kidding. But yeah, I did that because I was really proud of myself that he mentioned my paper, and he said that it was like an essay. I was really proud of myself that he was impressed with it. So that's why I announced it to the whole class that I did it, cuz like I was really proud of myself, and I wanted like that. I wanted to steal that moment to shine. I kind of like wanted to take advantage of that opportunity to shine, so that's why I did that. But I probably ended up making a fool out of myself because he was trying to keep me anonymous and I blew it. So I probably kind of like so I embarrassed myself a little bit. I like embarrassed myself like 3 times this week because I'm so damn talkative and I just can't shut my mouth. So like I've embarrassed myself like at school like 3 times this week, and that was like the first time that I embarrassed myself. It's after he said that I was like really embarrassed. And like I walked out and I didn't really like want to talk like the rest of class. I just kind of like, I don't know. I'm sure I did talk after that, but I mean, I just kind of like walked out of there. Like, I just kind of walked out of there feeling like, you know, I was embarrassed. I embarrassed myself. You know, I was embarrassed. I ended up embarrassing myself. Well, I was just embarrassed that he said you're not supposed to. I think it was a joke. But yeah, I'm not sure, but I was embarrassed. But I embarrassed myself like I think 2 more times today. I felt like 2 more times today I felt like that moment of awkwardness or like embarrassment. Like I did it 2 more times today because I keep talking and I can't shut my mouth. I'm not thinking, I'm just kind of like blurting things out and I'm not thinking. I mean, that's like that's like totally an autism trait, and I have that. So like I'm just like it's like Asperger's or something like that. I like have Asperger's, so like I just like blurting out and not thinking, and I'm putting myself in these situations where I'm embarrassing myself or making like a fool out of myself, and just putting myself in these situations like 3 times in a row. I like embarrass myself. Yeah, I had to scratch the side of my face to get over it. So today in my hold on, in my business management class, my teacher was talking about like, this is a professor that's like, I use professor and teacher interchangeably, but yeah, this is like that one professor that I know really well, that I'm really comfortable with. and I talk in that class especially because I'm like really comfortable with him. So like I'm probably like too comfortable. That's the problem. I'm probably like way too comfortable. And I'm like he was talking about like job references and I said, "Oh yeah, that I said he was like talking about he was just talking about it and I basically said that it's priceless to have a reference from a really great professor. I said it was priceless. And he was like, I don't know about that. And he was like saying, and then he was talking about grades, and I was like, oh shit, did I just misuse a word? Or did I like say a word and not know what it meant? I was like, fuck. Because I thought, I mean, it's like, I was questioning to myself, it's like, God, do I know what priceless means? I was like, why would he say that he doesn't? Why would he say I don't know about that? What's going on? And I started like freaking out. I was like, oh shit! Did I say that one thing? That like, did I say that one thing to embarrass myself again? Did I like say that one thing that I should have like thought out and not just blurted out? Because yeah, sometimes I'll do that. Sometimes I'll like, when I get really comfortable with people or if I get to know people really well or if I just feel really comfortable in a social situation, sometimes I will use words in a sentence or say words or say something and I don't really know what it means or I'll just say something stupid. It's like I'll just say something totally random or stupid and like sometimes I'll misuse words like sometimes I think I know what a word means, but I really don't. It turns out I looked it up on Google like right after class because I was sitting there the whole time like, I want to get out my phone and look up this word priceless. So it's like, I want to look it up now. I was in my head, on my head, it's like over and over again. I want to look up the word priceless. It's like, I know what it means. It turns out I do know what priceless means, and I used it, in the right way. It turns out I think that he misinterpreted the way I used it because priceless, I was saying that it's like it's precious, that it's really valuable and the value is it's like something that's valuable beyond money. It's like I was like comparing it to diamonds or precious metals. I was like saying that it's precious and something that should be highly regarded and highly cherished. That's what I meant. But I think actually maybe he misinterpreted what I was saying because um it's like there's multiple definitions of words sometimes because in the very definition of the word priceless, they say it's something where that its value cannot be determined. Value cannot be determined. It's so valuable that value cannot be determined. And what he was basically saying is the value of a reference from a professor can be determined because of the student's initiative and relationship, that the value can be determined. And I didn't know that, okay? I didn't think about that. I didn't know that. So that's why he was saying that. And in my mind, I'm like, what is going on? I just used this word. I just said this. What did I say? Why did I say this? Oh my God, what the hell is wrong with me? I'm just sitting there like thinking that the entire time. I'm just like, oh my God. So that was the second time I embarrassed myself. I embarrassed myself again. So that was like the second time I embarrassed myself in class. I did this 3 times in a row, okay? Because I'm so damn talkative. I can't shut up. I don't know what it is with me lately, but I just like really want to talk, and I can't shut up. Probably because I haven't been talking to anybody all summer except for one person. But well, not that it's a bad thing. It's a good thing, but uh that came out wrong, but um yeah, I haven't been to school all summer and I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I don't really know what it is, why I feel so talkative lately and I can't shut up. But, what is it? Oh yeah, the third time today. English class. We're all introducing ourselves to the class. That's what we did, and I went way over the top, dude. I like went way over the top. It was like so over the top when I introduced myself. And I was like telling people, "Oh yeah, I'm feeling kind of shy right now, but I'm just gonna get this over with." That was like my first sentence. That's like how I started it. And our teacher's like, "Yeah, I want to know, like, who are you? Where are you been? Where are you going? What is what is your favorite book, film, etc., favorite bands, hobbies, interests, etc." Actually, my English professor that I have this year is really cool, and there's another detail that I'll get to in a moment. I gotta start wrapping this video up because this video is like over 30 minutes already. But anyhow, yeah, when we introduced ourselves, I was like the third person to go, and the guy in front of me went before me, and I discovered that we had some things in common. That he is also a musician. He also likes rock. He likes metal and all this other stuff. But yeah, he was saying like his favorite bands. Like everyone who knows me knows my favorite band is Motley Crue. Pretty much. I mean, I also like hold Black Sabbath like really highly. Also really like Black Sabbath. So I would say my favorites are both like Motley Crue and Black Sabbath and Led Zeppelin. Those are like my three favorite. But I've always told people that it's Motley Crue because I have a lot of like, I have like a lot of like connections in here to Motley Crue. I have like a lot of connections to Motley Crue. But anyhow, the guy in front of me was saying that he liked Nirvana and Alice in Chains and Tool, and I was just like, oh shit, I don't want to say that I like Motley Crue because I know the grunge people have a huge rivalry with like they have like I know the grunge people like for the most part don't like Motley Crue and they don't like the hair metal bands. And Motley Crue is considered hair metal. They're kind of like considered to be the ones who started it. I mean, I think Van Halen really was, you know, a big pioneer in that. But anyhow, Motley Crue's pioneering that too. And at that moment, I was like, I'm not gonna say Motley Crue's my favorite band because I don't know this guy, and this guy really likes grunge, and I don't know what he's gonna think of me when I say that, you know. So I was like then afraid to say it. So like when it came to like talking about rock bands, I was just like I kind of danced around it. I was like, oh yeah, my musical tastes are really diversified. I like everything from Motley Crue to like The Doors, and I like Led Zeppelin and I listen to Pantera too, and all of my musical tastes are just like all over the place. That's what I said. I didn't want to just say that Motley Crue is my favorite band. I didn't want to say that because he said I know what the bands he likes are, so I know that grunge people have like a huge problem with hair bands and the '80s bands, because grunge crushed them. Okay. So I'm not gonna say that. I'm too smart for that. I'm not gonna do that. I am not gonna do that. But anyhow, yeah, I mean, what I said was completely true and completely honest. And I mean, yeah, what I said is completely true and completely honest. I mean, you know, Motley Crue is not the only thing that I like, or it's not like the only thing that I am into. And that's so true. That is so true. And since the guy in front of me said that he plays metal, I like I told everybody that I was like literally making eye contact with this guy because he was looking like straight at me because I'm like bringing so much fucking attention to myself because it was just like so over the top. I was just like so being so loud and so over the top and so like excited and like obnoxious at the same time. Like this guy was looking right at me, like we're looking like right at each other. It was like so crazy. And like I was saying, I was like, oh yeah, I play metal too. I'm really into doom metal and I play stoner metal. And like the moment I said doom metal, nobody had a single fucking clue. Nobody had any idea what that was, and I loved it. The teacher asked me what doom metal is. I'm like, oh yeah, that's a really underground subgenre of metal. And I think the guy who was sitting in front of me also had no idea what the hell I was talking about. Good times. Good times. Anybody who doesn't know what doom metal is, I would tell you to look it up. Read a Wikipedia article, you'll get a basis for it. I mean, and if you listen to Electric Wizard, then you got a pretty good idea for what it's about. Listen to bands like Sleep or Electric Wizard, you have a pretty good idea for what it's about. But that's like all I've been playing lately, and I wanted to talk about that to the class. I wanted to talk about that when I introduce myself. And another thing is I'm really shy about talking about my book that I'm working on, because I've just had too many people come up to me like, when is it going to be done? When is it going to be done? When is it going to be done? I want to read it. It's like, and the book is basically a diary, so it's like super fucking personal. So it's really like become an awkward thing. And the reality is, I'm working on it for so long. I've been working on it like since I was 13 years old. I don't know when it's going to be done. But I decided to mention it because she wanted us to tell the class something to remember us by. So that's when I mentioned that I'm writing a book, because I had to. It was like the first thing off of my head. That's what everyone else from high school remembers me by. That's what all my former high school teachers remember me by, because when I was in high school, I told everyone and anybody. I'd tell strangers. I'd tell who the hell ever. Okay? I just told everyone when I was in high school. I told everyone. I mean, in some ways I kind of regret that, because that book contains a lot of personal stuff, and I would tell people that it was gonna come out. I did publish it, actually. I did. I forgot. I did publish it, but the problem is the book was so damn controversial that the book was so controversial that I had to actually retract it, because I was like mentioning names in it and everything. I just did not know what the fuck I was doing. And the book's way better now and much more updated, and I'm changing the title and everything. But like I did release it at the end of high school, and it was on my website like senior year. I did release it. I didn't tell. I mean, I was gonna tell my teachers about it, but I didn't, because I felt, you know what, this book's just too personal. I'm not gonna do that. So that's why I didn't. And like, sure enough, it was so heavy that it was so controversial that I had to retract it, because like tons and tons and tons of people were like saying, you know what, you gotta go back and look at this book. You gotta go back and look at this. You gotta fix this, because forget the grammatical errors. There was just a lot of like mentioning of people's names. I was pretty good about not mentioning the names of my friends or people who I knew personally, but there was other people that I had their names in there. There was other people's names in there that I didn't think it mattered that much, because I didn't know them that well, and they were like strangers, I guess, I mentioned a lot of public figures in my book, but you know, there was a lot of iffy stuff in my book, and I had to retract it. I had to, because it was just so controversial. I had to. I mean, the book's still going to be just as controversial. I mean, the book is going to be, it's still going to be good. I mean, it's still going to be good. I mean, I know it can be good to be controversial, but yeah, so I can't believe I actually opened up about my book today. That's something I never thought I would do. And like, I actually, teacher told me I was basically, that she referred to my book as a novel. A lot of people have it. I thought novels were like only fiction. It turns out that novels are more than just what I thought. And basically I'm writing a book, and I learned that what I'm doing is genre blending, and my teacher's also working on a genre blending book too. I'm also I learned that I'm basically genre blending, like that's my genre, is genre blending. Like, I'm genre blending, you know, it's both fiction and nonfiction, a memoir and a biography. It's a totally like genre blended book. I just learned that term today. I had no clue what that was. I just learned that today. Turns out that my teacher actually is from the same area as like this one guy friend that I know really well. They're actually both from the same area, and it's kind of, and that's really, really like, that really like made me feel like I was just really like, wow, because like this guy that I'm really, really, really good friends with, like, she might have seen him because they're both like from the same area. And yeah, I mean, I was like, oh yeah, I know someone from there. And like, I just got like really excited, and I like just started like talking. I just started talking about, you know, I got like really excited. I just started talking, you know, it's like, yeah, I just started like saying like, oh yeah, yeah, there's this one guy I know from there, and he's like my best friend, and blah blah blah, you know. It's like, yeah, um I'm gonna wrap this video up with this one thing. um pretty soon um pretty soon I'm planning on doing a collaboration video with another YouTuber, like, pretty soon. They're not like a real famous YouTuber or anything like that, but they're just another YouTuber, and they video vlog, and they have interviews on their channel and all this other stuff. Yeah, I'm not saying who it is by name right now. I'm not saying who it is right now, because until I make the video with this person, I mean, once I make the video with this person, you'll know who it is, but I gotta keep it a surprise. I can't say who it is. I gotta keep it a surprise. Gotta keep his name a secret. Gotta keep it a surprise. So, yeah. I'm gonna be doing a collaboration video with another. I'm gonna be in a video with another famous YouTuber. We don't know. We're friends, so we like talk all the time. So we don't know what the video is gonna be about, but I just plan on being in a video with him, and hopefully I can upload the video to this channel too. I don't see why I wouldn't be able to. I also wanna upload the video on this channel too as well, so that will be really exciting, because and we also maybe plan on doing a musical collaboration together too, so that will be like really, really cool. So yeah, I'm gonna end this video here, because I can't make like really super long videos anymore, because you know why, I said it. So I'm gonna just stop right here.